Hello, guys. Welcome to the episode of Fangirlz Assemble. Apologies for last week. We were going to do it in the morning, and I just forgot because time doesn't exist.
It was weird and different. I get it.
So Kristan was like, "Hey, I feel like you forgot." I was like, "Oh, I did."
I was sitting here, and I was like, "Oh, maybe she is sleeping right now or something." Like,
I
think
I was sitting at the couch and watching some garbage on TV.
Garbage.
So thank you all so much for joining us today. We are talking about Battlepug by Mike Norton today, and not just Battlepug, but the Compendium.
Yeah.
The only way to own this.
That's right.
And I was worried I wouldn't be able to find it downstairs because it's a bit of a mess. But luckily, this book is so oddly shaped that there's no way I couldn't find it.
Yeah. I was going to say, aren't we glad in that moment? It's not shaped like a regular book blending in. Yeah, this can't blend in. In fact, it's hard to shelve. So
that's why I have to showcase it.
Yep, perfect.
It takes up a different sort of space.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, we have to talk about our wonderful sponsor, InStockTrades.com, which continues to kill it with their new website design, which we have just fallen over ourselves for.
Love it.
They could have changed nothing. And we'd be like, we're fine. You're our favorite site forever. And they changed, they were better. And we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're like, you fixed all those things we didn't like, but we didn't talk about.
Yeah. So thank you.
We've talked about it before, but the wish list feature alone, like if you all ever avoided your wish list, I kind of did, because there was a point where I added too much, and then taking something off of it was such a time drain that I was like, I can't do it anymore. And now it's amazing.
Like other websites, you can send your wish list to people.
Yeah.
So now that's easier to curate. So you don't have to curate on Amazon and maybe get like bad packaging, right? Mm-hmm. You can finally go through InStockTrades in a way that's really accessible to you and share that wish list with other people so they can buy you stuff from your wish list on there, which is great.
Perfect.
That's all I want.
That's all I want.
Comic books.
Yeah. And we also want the best deals around, which we're going to get there. And
up to 50% off.
Yep.
Right? Free ship if you spend $50. It's great.
Amazing. Oh, amazing.
Like, can't beat it.
And you guys know, everyone knows right now, USPS is flooded. They're all flooded.
Bonkers.
But what's great is I had an IST package out there somewhere in the ether for ages, forever, it felt like. Not their fault, just stuck in the USPS somewhere. And it came, and it looked like someone smashed the end of it. And I was like, oh no, but I opened it up and we've talked about it. But I have never been let down by their amazing packaging.
So good.
My books were fine. And I was like, wow, this box was destroyed. And their boxes are amazing. Those are thick, nice boxes. I've been using those to reship stuff because I know it'll get there in one piece. And it's great.
Absolutely.
It's great. Yeah.
So before we get to Battlepug, we have a few things in the chat. Hello, Kenneth. Are you excited for the new creative teams on the DC comic titles coming out in March 2021? I'm excited for the Superman title, Nightwing by Tom Taylor, and Stargirl comic. Absolutely. And honestly, I feel like Kristan's probably excited too, just because it features a lot of teams and creators that we like.
Yeah, for sure.
That I feel
like these are going to be hopefully good jumping on points for people, including me, because I'm like, these are characters that I've been interested in, maybe didn't know where to go. Now I'm like, oh, I like these creative teams. Yes.
Yeah, like Mariko Tamaki's coming back and doing some stuff. We have Jean Young, who did Dragon Hoops. Did it.
Yeah.
Finally, I mean, he also did, of course, Superman Smashes a Clan, but now he's on like a main lead. I love it. And we have some really new exciting characters. And I think it's about time DC did something like this. Marvel did it years past. We'll never hear the end of it from people. And I'm glad to see that DC's doing that, however short-lived. But I talked about like the future state and ongoing, but I'm really excited. I think there's some cool stuff happening, and it's a good time. I'm glad I have DC Universe, so like I don't buy currently floppies ongoing. But at least I can read it in 6 months. So I'm pretty happy about that. Did the package get stuck in the Speed Force? Maybe.
Yes.
Becky Cloonan is doing something. I forgot Which thing? Is she on Wonder Woman? Or is she already? She's doing something. I'm excited by the fact they got a Rick and Morty writer and Harley Quinn. I hope it's good after the previous team. Which writer did they get?
Yeah, that's my question.
I'm about to say it's not Kyle, right?
I know it's
That'd
not
be really cool. I don't think it is.
I feel like I would have heard that by now.
Omar.
Well, you're not going to do it.
I probably won't touch Goodreads, but I did buy an extra bullet journal because I use a bullet journal every day. It's been very helpful for me to write down my lists and stuff. So I have a separate one.
Yeah.
That will be used just for like cataloging my like watches and reads and plays of the year. And I bought a cute little kitty cat.
Beautiful.
To separate them.
Love it.
Do you do like yearly Goodreads goals? Chris, is that a thing?
Oh yeah. It's okay. So I was saying this on yesterday's show. That's probably where Omar got the idea to ask you. But somebody asked about my Goodreads challenge goal of the year. What I do on New Year's Eve. I don't go to parties, y'all. I won't be going to a party this year, especially. But that's not what I do. I'm not watching the ball drop. That's not what I do. You know what I do? I go to Goodreads the moment it's midnight. And the Goodreads challenge is up. Sometimes it's up early, and it's a joy. One, I want to know what color it is every year, because the colors change every year.
What?
And I can't predict it. So I need to know what color the badge is, because once you hit your challenge, you get the badge on your page forever. I've done this the past 5 years. Okay.
So is the challenge like a number of books, or is it like a type of thing? What is this?
Yeah, you set your goal, how many you want to read throughout the year. So it's a number that you set. And then there's a part of the app that you can go to. I go there daily, and it tracks your reading. So it's like, okay, you've read this many. There's a percentage bar to get to your goal, and it tells you how many books you're behind, or you're above, ahead. So say I need to read 2 a day or whatever, and I haven't done that. It's like you're 75 behind or whatever. And you can help yourself figure it out. It's so nerdy, but I love it, and it makes me happy. So that's what it is. And it helps me when we're doing, so Maddie and I will be doing the year-end show soon, next Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to my Goodreads challenge because I don't know what I read. So it's all right there in one little thing, and I can go through it, and then I know.
Which is so smart, because I will just have to go to the playlist of our videos and the playlist of old reader, new reader, basically, because this year's been mostly reading for the show, with some exceptions, of course. The whole thing I remember, because
your bullet journal this year will help. That's great. Yeah.
So we will see if I stick to it at all, which it could go either way.
Hey,
when is Gail Simone doing a run on Battlepug? She could do it very well.
That'd be cool.
It is Conan Red Sonja inspired.
Yeah.
He even mentions that in the back. That was a character in here that he tried to do a Red Sonja spin on. I think it was a little too on the nose, and he realized very quickly. So he took that away, because Black Sasha was supposed to be a Red Sonja thing, but she's also black. So I think he just realized really quickly, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not do that. Elliot, she's not here, I guess.
You know what? Speaking of Gail Simone, I think it's time. So when Gail Simone was in our chat, I mentioned Avril Lavigne. I can't even remember why, but I brought up Avril Lavigne. And she was like, I wrote an Avril Lavigne book once. It was weird.
And when she said that, I thought, that's a joke. Yeah. You're not real. Because I already
thought. Joke. And it's not her anyway, so it's definitely a joke. And guys.
It was real.
It was real. I looked it up right after. It was used on Amazon. I had a gift card. I immediately got it. And I have it right here. I'm going to show you. It looks real bad, and I'm very excited. It's called Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend. Like the song. This art, what is happening? Oh, and it's like a little...
Written by Gail Simone.
Here it is with Battlepug. It's very small. Yeah, written by Gail Simone. Very interesting art.
Oh, wow.
What is this right now?
That is of the time.
Oof. So
cash grab for sure.
100%. It's not going to be.
What?
It's not going to make my list of favorites of the year. I'll tell you that. I haven't read it yet, but I plan to very soon because it's short. Maybe I'll do tonight. I gotta stay awake. So, printed in Canada, of course it is.
Elliot, it's unfortunately about the song.
Yeah.
Is a misleading title.
I agree because Avril Lavigne's apostrophe S girlfriend. Oh, it has a subtitle. Sleight of hand and heart. Y'all, what? Okay, so to go with that, an early Christmas present from Reed that I just have to show off. Come on. Come on.
Oh, that's so good.
I'm so excited. Of course, Let Go on vinyl. I've wanted this for too long. You know, as you know, I'm sure you listened to this to death.
I grew up at the same time. I had that CD. I sang all the songs, you know? So I too tried to dress like that.
We all did, right?
I had over my t-shirt.
The, like, chunky wristband.
Checkered, yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But my middle school had dress code with khakis and polo shirts. So I never got to really live my dream. But I tried on the weekends, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I maybe put on a tie sometimes to be like her. Come on.
All right, so we caught up. I guess we can talk about the book now. So yeah, in case you jumped in late, we are talking about Mike Norton's Battlepug, specifically the Compunctium, because we both have this.
Yes.
So this collects his webcomic, plus some extra sketches and art and covers and stuff. So this is written and illustrated by Mike Norton. Colorist is... No, where is it? Color artist is Alan Pisalaqua, maybe, and lettered by Chris Craig.
I mean, this art and color, I mean, so good.
Published by Image. Yeah, this is, and also Christmas appropriate. Can we mention that really quick?
Oh yeah, it was.
I was really excited.
Did we just both opened the thing?
Best friends. So, Battlepug is an interesting one. So to give it like a quick little like debrief, I guess, of what this book is, I'll put a highlight on Crystal and talk about it.
Do some art here.
Think kind of Conan the Barbarian inspired. Very much. The main character is very much, he's like the last surviving member of his clan, right? They're warriors or whatever. And he is constantly plagued by giant beasts, if you will. And he's set out on this journey of revenge because when he was a child, he saw his entire village murdered by this wizard man and a giant seal. So at the beginning, you're like, this is okay.
Giant animals everywhere. Yeah.
And the entire story is being narrated by this naked woman with two dogs. So this like pug and this what was the other dog? Like a
English bulldog, I think.
English bulldog, yeah. So she's telling these two dogs that speak, that are very excited about the story, this story about I already forgot his name.
Oh yeah.
Does he have a name?
He does have a name, right?
I know he's a Kinmundian. Anyways, we'll say Diet Conan. So it's about she tells this whole story about Diet Conan on his story of revenge. And it's very much a parody, of course, because it can't take, origin story of this giant seal killing your village seriously. But it's so funny because it starts off with him being adopted into the Northland elves, which is just basically a parody of Santa and his elves in workshop, but it's not happy. He's like a slave, and Santa uses him to like slave at work, and then like for battle to tame him at night. So Santa teaches him how to fight, which is hilarious. And along the way, he meets like a cast and crew of different people. This like crazy old kooky man who repeats words a lot, very manga-esque, right?
I thought that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he picks up this like little girl that curses a lot. She's a little wizard. He picks up Black Sasha. who is eventually known just as Sasha, who's like a badass warrior lady. And of course, the most important is the giant pug that he joins with because he wants to kill the pug because he remembers the giant seal that killed his village. And the pug stared immediately. Oh, I gotta find it. He goes to fight him. And the first thing the pug does is just stare at him blankly. So he just can't kill him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too.
Ugh, this book is huge. It's really hard to do this one-handed.
It's hard to flip.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, so when he first shows up, we have, oh gosh, this is hard to open. But he runs into him. He's got this dopey looking face. And for anyone who's ever owned a pug, which Norton owns too, he has 2 pugs. This is the most accurate shit I've ever seen. Like, they play fetch and they go like he's just so cute. This
he helps like
giant pug.
He helps kill foes and he's like eating people throughout it. It's great.
Yeah, and it's just a bunch of goofy, like them on this journey together. The pug doesn't talk, he's just there to be a pug. Which is hilarious because he's a part of this group that, they're doing these like this adventure, right? And he's just like a pug, just snorts and licks and just like dead face. And so the little girl loves him and they're really cute. I don't even know where to go with all of this.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just like a ragtag group of weird misfits and a huge pug going on adventures. Like you said, the Conan type character, he's out for revenge, and they travel so many different places. They run into a lot of different people. And what I loved about it, you start out with a narration of the woman like naked in bed under a sheet talking,
which makes sense later, right? But the point you're like, wait a second, I keep saying
the whole time I was like, what's happening? I won't ruin it for anyone. Also, I love that her pug and her English bulldog like could talk. And it's like, why can the little ones talk and then this big pug can't talk?
And their little things are so cute because like the bulldog is just like, I want like violence and like a flaming machete. And the pug's like, the dog seems really nice. Pugs are nice.
So they have their own like little dopey storyline together, and I love that. And the whole time I was like half this book, like, why is she narrating this? Like, what's her deal? Why is she just laying in bed? Like, what's happening? And you do get to figure that out. And I loved that part about it. And I thought it wrapped up really nicely because I kept wondering the whole time. I'm like, how is this going to end? Like, is it going to end? And I'm going to like, because, as we've said millions of times, you could have a nice story and not stick that landing, and then it sucks, and then everything's great until that point.
Oh, yeah. And it's going for a while.
Yeah. But
yeah, and it's a webcomic, so like you never really know.
Yeah, totally. But I thought he did great with the end, and how everything wrapped up together. I loved all the adventures they went on. There was a point, of course, I have to show this, where there were like this guy with crazy cats. I forget his name.
Yeah, it's in here.
It's something funny. Yeah.
Oh God, I meant to like bookmark that because
I see him.
His name was so good.
Because he's right here with the cat's like the terrible outfit.
Flufferton P. Schmoodiddly.
Yeah, so
Schmoodiddly?
From that alone, you guys can tell this is over the top. But it's just so over the top goofy that it's really consistently funny and very entertaining. I loved all the characters in this group and all the villains. They were all just really well done. I love the girl who can't stop cussing.
Yeah, this little princess redhead who, Sasha's her mom, which they were so cute together.
Yeah, I love them together.
And she spends... I love it because you can kind of see... He lettered it first and then...
Yeah, you can see kind of what the word... Like, there's part of a G, so it's like, okay, I think I know which word this is. So that was easy to, like, read and figure out. I thought that was really well done, how he did that.
Just cusses the whole time.
The entire time.
And F words and MF everywhere. And she calls the pug Sprinkles the whole time.
Yes. So good. Which a big pug that like eats people called Sprinkles. It's just
I love my favorites, all of the like wheeze, snort.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was consistently fun. just such a good time. So I think this is a great read for anyone who's looking for, we always talk about it. Right now more than ever, we need some feel-good, good time books. And I think this is consistent with that. You get to go on fun adventures. There's this, I can't remember this guy either. This guy was great too. The guy who's like stuck in the armor, who reminded me of
he
like,
was so cute.
He reminded me of like Kanto,
Yeah, like Kanto.
And I loved him. So there's just so many good characters. And I'm kind of mad that I let this sit on my shelf so long, and now I'm finally reading it and enjoying it, But I'm glad
Me too. And like, there's so many good covers at the back.
Oh yeah, including Kyle. Let's find Kyle real quick.
In here, and then
I found him. Oh, it's so good. It's a good one too. Very good one, Kyle. Nailed it.
Such a good
love the drool. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones back here.
I don't know who Mr. Hope is, but I love this. Oh
yeah. I love it too. Those eyes.
I need all of these in my house. Like, I really do.
So many people, like great people we know back here too.
Oh yeah, there's a ton.
Big names.
Katie Cook has a thing in here too. Yeah. Did you see that one?
Katie Cook was so good. Here's Daniel Warren Johnson, who killed it. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
That's so cool. I loved it. Yeah, and like this past week, Ellie and I have been watching a lot of like 1980s fantasy, which was the perfect lead up to reading this book. Because it just inhabits that so well. So because if you like any of the material this is obviously parodying, you're gonna like it. If you like Conan, you're gonna like this. If you like, adventure tropes, you're gonna like this.
There it is. It's so good.
Go look that book. And it's oddly shaped, but I love having this be a focus on my shelf.
Yeah, and I will say for anyone, a lot of us out there have the Kallaxes, and this fits totally fine. Like, it doesn't stick out or anything weird. So if you do have the cube kind of shelves or the Better Home and Gardens from like Walmart, the cube ones, this fits fine. It's not going to stick out.
Oh no, am I back?
Yeah, I was like, oh no, is it me or you? Because you were frozen.
Oh my gosh, it's usually like never me.
I know,
That's so weird.
That's why I was like, oh, is it me? And I don't know.
I'm so worried now.
You're good now.
Okay, good. All right, well, I'm back. I don't know what you're saying. You're saying it wasn't going to fit up Alex? Is that where?
Yeah, it doesn't stick out or anything. So if you do have the cubes or the Better Home and Gardens for like Walmart, the cube ones, this won't stick out or anything. Or you could do like Maddie's doing, like display it like this. Or a lot of people just put it on top like that,
Yeah, I display mine out on my Billy, but like,
yeah. So you
can luckily I have some other little pug figurines that go well with that. Oh, and mine's signed.
Oh yeah, because you met him, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little hard to see, but he signed it and he has an actual stamp paw print of his dog.
Oh.
That he put on there. So we talked about pugs together.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And if anyone's curious on the exact size, here's like a Marvel OHC that I just happen to have right here. So that's kind of, it's shorter, it's wider. It's very uncomfortable to hold up. But to actually read it, it's a very nice, it lays gray. Like, it's a good book.
Oh yeah, it lays well. But yeah, I love this. I don't have any problems with it. I give it like a 9 out of 10 if I had to rate it.
Yeah.
It's super worth picking up. It's very unique.
And it's just fun.
It's just fun.
Don't go into finding something deep because you're not gonna really. But it's fun.
No. And now I want to pick up the rest of like Mike's stuff because he's got another pug.
I have like a volume of that, like The Curse or something. It's not near me.
Let's see. He has a website, if I can find. Yeah, so he has a lot of different ones. The Grumble's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like it's another pug, but it's like a personified pug who's like a detective or something. But it looks like it's kind of like, he's a person that disguises himself as a dog. And he looks like a John Constantine-esque sort of deal. But I definitely want that. Oh, I forgot he did the Lil Donnie comics too about Donald Trump too.
Oh yeah,
and Revival, of course.
I think I read one of those. It was good.
Yeah, because I've read Revival. least a few volumes, but not all of it. I need to get those deluxes because everything by Image is better than a deluxe, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
Personally. But yeah, I really dug this.
I agree. It was great. Y'all should check it out.
And unfortunately, because we gave ourselves light reading, that means that this won't take the entire show.
Well, we missed a lot of the chat, so there's
a few. Most of it's jokes.
Most of it's jokes.
Because Elliot asked, why'd she go and have to make things so complicated?
Yeah.
He also asked if Moose is going to be the special guest on the show. I will eventually pick up Moose because I have a pug. So if you've seen the show, you've seen my pug before, but I will pick up
He's the best.
Moose to bring him. He did sit next to me and snore a bunch while I read the book, so I really felt like the ambiance was there.
Nice. He's narrating for you. Yeah.
I just picked up Greg Rucka's Michelle Brandt's crime noir. Pretty decent.
I mean, you joke, but I need that in my life now.
I'm a little upset because I saw that and I was like, is that a thing?
How amazing would that be? I would read that.
Yeah, there should be more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on. I have the opposite problem with FOMO on books. I wait too long by the time I get around to ordering the book. It's out of stock. No, that happens to me all the time, Lloyd.
Yeah, I think it happens to all of us right now. Yeah.
And a big one was Power Rangers. Because I was like, no, I mean, I like Power Rangers a lot, but probably not enough to read the books. And now they've come in back in stock. They're back out of stock. But then I got really into Power Rangers again lately. And now it's too late.
Yeah, that's
or like sad. Now I want to read Darth Vader really bad, which I can read it digitally, but I wish I had that omnibus because I'm making my way.
I anticipate if Dr. Aphra does well, I imagine they'll reprint that.
And I will pick up Dr. Aphra because that variant cover.
Yeah, I wanted to.
It's all because of the variant cover, really. It's so cute. I wonder if I can bring that up, actually.
It's good.
Where is it? I want the best cover. I mean, I'm sure people in the chat know what we're talking about, but like, in case you don't, never mind. It's too much work. But yeah, it looked really cute. That's the whole reason.
That's fair. Sometimes we buy books because of covers.
I did buy a couple of things.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, you've already seen it, but they haven't. But I picked up Kageki Shoujo, The Curtain Rises by Kumiko Saiki. Because I've been
it's chunky.
It's
I didn't know it was chunky. That's nice.
She's thick. She's real thick. Because I've been on a manga kick because it just makes me happy right now. Mm-hmm. And it's easier. I go to my local big normal bookstore and I'm like, I'm going to treat myself to one book.
Yeah.
And this is about, I'll read a little bit in the back. It's about this all-female theater group like Takarazuka from Japan, which is I love, and I think a lot of other women who like women tend to like because it's all female theater. So she plays male roles, and then there's this other girl who's a disgraced former idol who wants to live in a world full of women and not have to deal with men at all. So they both get into this competitive all-girls theater school. And that's the premise. I haven't read it yet, but I've been wanting to read it for a long time. So
nice.
Really stoked. And I'm going to buy all of these. I wish I'd bought it on when Write Stuff had the bundle.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to start doing that more regularly because I didn't realize how they always have like a weekly bundle. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start doing that. But I'm going to continue Old Maids in your Savage season because, one, I wish you could feel these. I wish I could just hand it to you and be like, wow, yeah, it feels nice.
Those are like a bit oversized, right?
They're a little bit oversized. It's a little bit thinner, but it's really nice quality. And God, I love manga so much. It's just been such a treat. It's so cute. That's exciting. Speaking of manga, we'll make a formal announcement as long as we're still good to do it. But the plan is to do our One Piece challenge in January.
I'm gearing up.
So because I'm on vacation now, I'll make a proper post and thing about it. But for anyone who's interested in joining us, in January, in honor of One Piece reaching chapter 1000, we are taking the plunge and we're making the challenge to read all of One Piece, all 1000 chapters in January. So I have only read maybe the past like 200 or so, maybe a little bit more, because I caught up with the anime and then I read. So I never went back to read anything. So it'd be my first time, and your first time completely.
Yeah, I think several years ago I read the first volume, but I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
I think I liked it. I don't really remember it. So I would be rereading that, of course. It's to the point where I want this challenge to be in January, because there's been moments where I'm like, maybe I should go ahead and start, but I'm like, no, I want to do it all in January. So I'm starting day one, January 1st. I did the math to make this happen in January, and we are doing the show at the very end. So the show where we're going to talk all about it, let me look at the calendar, is the 31st. The 31st landed on a Sunday, so it's perfect.
Perfect.
So we will have up through that entire month. So if you're going to do this with us, one, you can, of course, read it all on Shonen Jump app, which I will read all but the first box set, which is what I have through the app. And approximately, if you're going to do it day by day, approximately 4 volumes a day. So I'm thinking some days I'm going to be able to get more in, some days less. That's how it's going to go. But that's not, when you break it up like that, that's not too crazy.
No. The only downside that can get you, and not so much at the beginning, but there comes a point with One Piece chapters. It's a little bit different than other manga that has a lot of empty space and stuff. One Piece rams it in. Not as much dialogue, but he really fills the pages, which is beautiful. But it's definitely doable, and I'm really excited. I need to make like a proper post and like layout to like share places, because I think a lot of people want to join in with this. A lot of my like nakama, which is a term you'll understand after you read it.
Yeah.
That basically means like your comrades, your group, like. And the One Piece fans, and a lot of anime people use nakama because it's a term in a lot of Japanese anime, but One Piece fans really use nakama. So my nakama and I think a lot of them want to join in. But
cool.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm scared, but I'm excited. And I was going to ask you, we're on here, we'll just talk about it. Maybe someone in the chat can chime in, but so we're going to have the 31st show where we're going to have it all done. Do we want to set mini goals per show? Are we going to talk about it a little throughout, or do we want to just wait and just go crazy?
I don't think that's a bad idea. Only because it helps people and us stay accountable.
Stay on goal.
Yeah. So at least like, I think that's a good idea, because if we would just take like 10, 15 minutes just to kind of chat real quick about how we're feeling about it.
Right.
Would be good.
Yeah, even if it's just a check-in, it doesn't necessarily have to be, we have to get to this point.
Yeah.
But we can just check in and talk about it.
I can do something goofy, like put a One Piece GIF on the screen.
Yeah.
It's time for the One Piece check-in. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Me too. I know everything, but still.
Yeah. I want to address Lloyd Wong, the last thing he said there. So Kristan, if she reads all of One Piece, she's going to meet her 2021 Goodreads goal. So I saw some people earlier talking about this. We haven't addressed it. My 2021 Goodreads goal, I've decided, is a little crazy, and I'm going with 1,000. So as of right now, let me check my challenge, because, the year's not over. I started the year by wanting to read 400 books. Now, how I track my reading on Goodreads, not everyone does this. I count omnibus. If I read it in an omni form, that's what I'm putting on Goodreads.
Yeah.
If I read it in OHT, that's what I'm putting. Trade paperback, that's what I'm putting. If I read it in singles, that's what I'm putting. I don't read a ton of singles, but there are some things like right now on Hoopla, I'm reading in singles, Something is Killing the Children. And it's up to like 11 or something, so it's not a lot.
Well, it evens out if you're counting whole omnibuses.
Right, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, this is how I track it, because one, I want to know how I read it, and it does help even out big chunk in omnis and stuff like that. And I count my prose and manga and everything, right? And I read a lot of everything. So I love, as you and I know, kids' graphic novels, the sloth books.
And those read
take
so
no
fast.
time. Yeah, and I adore them.
Oh, yeah.
I love books like that. I just read another children's graphic novel. Took 2 seconds. I loved it. So 1,000 to me, when I count all that in, it's not that crazy. Right now I'm at 512. The year's not over. I blew through my 400 goal, so I'm pretty much doubling what I will hit.
Yeah.
And I've done the math because I'm just addressing people in the chat saying I'm crazy. Okay. I've done the math. It evens out to about 2 books of any type per day. Typically, I don't necessarily read every day. I read a little bit every day. I don't necessarily finish something every day.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be that crazy for me. So I'm excited, but it's going to challenge me too, right? And that's what I want.
So I want updates on that too, because that seems doable.
Yeah, I know.
But I say that as someone who can pack away books when necessary.
And I'm not like the quickest reader, but I think just how my reading is and what I read, this doesn't seem that. It seems challenging, and that's what I want out of my goal this year, because I felt like I hit that goal like a few months ago, and I wasn't really trying. You know what I mean? So anyway, Lloyd's saying One Piece. I'm going to read it in chapters after I read my volumes, but I'm not counting the chapters because that's one. I don't think all of the chapters are individually listed on Goodreads, and I ain't got time to add them. But I'll probably do One Piece by volumes, and that's that'll get me to like 90 something. I know, right?
97.
Okay. So there we go. That'll already get me to 97. But yeah, I don't put manga chapters up. It's different to me. It feels different. Also, again, Goodreads doesn't usually have manga chapters up to like add them. So I'd rather just do it by volume.
I think that's best.
So that's what I'll be doing with that. But yeah, that already gave me to like 97. There we go.
That's so cool. I love it. Yeah, and I'm really excited. And I'm going to use part of this, like, because I'm on vacation now, which means I use part of my time to work out on my bike and read manga on Shonen Jump.
Oh, is that one? I can see it. Does that have the like thing where you can, that's cool. Mine has a little stand, but it's not that wide. So I can put like a trade or something, or like my iPad, but I can't. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I bought it. So I work from home now, so like I was like, that way I have something that kind of like moves while I read, which helps like my brain focus.
Mm-hmm. But
I've got a lot of stuff I want to read on Shonen Jump because I want to finish the rest of Chainsaw Man. I need to jump into some other big series because like everyone's still talking about Demon Slayer and I haven't read that.
I want to do that too.
Dr. Stone, like it's time for me to kind of do some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to find a way to publicly complain all the time and beg these other publishers to put them online. Like,
oh my gosh,
I'll still buy the book. Just please. I want to read shoujo manga legally online. I know that Comixology has a bunch, but it's not the same. And I hate Comixology's system so much.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes me so upset. I hate having to borrow books. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand that either. And why is there a limit? Right?
I don't know. I can only borrow 20 books, and I have to go through the process every time.
It's very annoying. Like, I will say, like we've said, we both do love Comixology Unlimited, but that is a big problem with it. And I will say, like, versus Marvel Unlimited and Hoopla, the scans on Comixology are so much more high quality.
Oh, I know.
And the guided reading is so much better. It's just smoother to like flip a page if you're doing it. Like, I know you read on the browser. I read on my iPad. It's just so much smoother. Like, they've done a lot right. But yeah, that borrow system is bizarre. I've never understood it.
We need to do like a video. I want to do a video of the pros and cons of each like online reading system because Comixology has a lot of great things, but the downside to a lot of these apps, I guess, is that they don't keep track of what you've read or your rating for them.
That's annoying too. Yeah.
And it makes me so angry. Like, Kristan, she says, keep looking off the side. I don't know if she's in, and she's just trying to think, or if there's a dangerous person in the room. Blink twice if you need help.
You know what I keep looking at? My manga. So my manga shelf's right over there. Because you were like, we need to read stuff. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could read that series or like that series. And then I think, yeah, Viz, it would be the easiest thing for Viz to put up. One, they don't even have all their like shonen titles, right?
Yeah.
Or like their Shonen Sunday stuff, I don't think is on there. Like there's certain lines they have, and I'm like, y'all are already doing it. If I have to pay another $2 for Shoujo Beat, if I have to pay another $2, fine. Give me it all. I'll do it all. Give me a bundle for $10 a month. Give me it all. It's fine.
Who do I have to talk to? Like, you're missing my money. I would gladly spend way more than they're charging me to spend to read manga. I would get rid of Comixology Unlimited if I, because I don't use it that often. Honestly, I keep it.
I don't either.
But, like, I would rather support not Amazon and support a manga distributor by giving. I would give them $20 a month. Like that'd be my like limit. But I would do that.
Well,
to have access to all of it, yeah.
Even the other publishers, like I know they're smaller than Viz. I know Viz is the king of it, right? But you know, I know Vertical's tiny, for instance. Yeah, Vertical. Like, I've read and loved so many Vertical titles, and they're usually like more expensive, and they're smaller. But I know they're a smaller publisher. Okay, $15 a month. I will pay you $15 a month. Give me a limit the chapters like Viz does. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me see all your crap online and let me just check it out and use it that way. They can find a price point that'll work, I think.
Yeah, and they already have it digitally.
So yeah.
Man, I just want to read more manga.
Yeah, I get it. But speaking of hauls, I held one book that's in front of me. You want to see this?
Tell me. Yes.
So they came out with a Grumpy Cat awfully big comics collection. And it's all the Grumpy Cat books. Gosh. She's saying I already hate it. And it's not like super chunky, but it's a little chunky. And it looks so lovely. Like all the great artists throughout this. Really well done. And the art changes and it's still good. Like I'm just really excited for this.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So I've heard good things about it. And again, I really like the art. So that's what I got. I pre-ordered this and I'm excited.
Let me know how Androgynous Boyfriend is, by the way, because I don't have it. I haven't read it, but I was like, I kept seeing it online. I was like, she's gonna like it.
Yes, 100%. Like, so I saw that in Barnes and Noble, and I was like, I think I need that. I didn't get it, thankfully, because Maddie was kind enough to give that for me. Yeah, you're like, you want this? I'm like, yeah, I wish I had that by me. But I'm excited. I will read that soon because it looks so good.
Lloyd asked, did you read Boxers and Saint by Jean Luen Yang? It was my first of his. I love the historical aspect of the box set, told from two different points of view. I haven't yet, and I need to, because one, I love historical anything, and I like literally have a degree in East Asian studies, in particular Chinese history.
That's something we should read together.
I got that.
I have the box set. I got it very cheap at Half Price Books at some point. So
we had the box set. No. I want to read more anyways because I'd like to. I'm still trying to find a way to get him to come talk to some like local universities and stuff. I just have to find a graphic novels class and connect them.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
Because I think that would be a really good program, especially now that he's starting to write Superman, so we can kind of like market it that way. Which I think is interesting anyways, but the extra, like, I've got to think of, like, the extra marketing reasons.
Definitely.
Oh, man. Well, what's up? What else?
Well, and now I'm thinking about what Elliot said again. I am looking off to the side at manga, but I keep looking off to the side at the chat. Maybe that's what he's seeing.
Maybe.
I don't know, Elliot. Let me know. I'm thinking about next month. Let's put it out there.
Oh, that's good. We need something easy, but we can talk about.
Yes. Even if it's like, here's some ideas for shows where we can just talk about books maybe we've already read, so we don't have to put more pressure on ourselves. Something like that. If anyone has any ideas for some good topics that we could talk about next month.
Yeah, because the first show is
like 2. Yeah.
Pretty much always reads and hauls. I have nothing else to haul unless somebody wants to give me more Christmas presents.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like someone in the chat. He loves me and lives with me. Just kidding.
I think I know who. It's Moose.
It's Moose.
Yeah.
Come on, Moose. I'll show my we're still unpacking,
Aww.
so this house is a mess, but Lloyd says more Black Hammer.
Yeah. Yes.
If I can find it. Nope.
He gotcha.
If I can find a good way to read more of it.
Yeah, that's
my library might have it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe has the ideas.
And now again, I'm looking at my books. Elliot, it's not a human; it's a book. No one's coming to murder me, I hope.
I like the idea to talk about the online subscriptions and comparisons, but I wonder if could we talk for a long time on that or no?
It's a good question. We do bring it up a lot.
We do talk about it a lot. So people have already heard really what we think, but
it's true.
You know, or prediction. I don't know if we talk about like our what we're looking forward to for the year, because we're starting a new year.
That's a good idea. That could be one show.
Make a list of like our most anticipated books for 2021. Yeah. It helps me know what I should buy.
Yeah, totally. Let's
do that.
Okay, cool. So that's one.
Elliot's very concerned. Because I reread Superman Smash the Clay at least 10 times since I got it. Such a great story and the best Superman book of 2020 by far. Agreed.
I can agree, and I haven't read anymore, but I agree.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And it goes to show that those DC graphic novels, there's some really good stories in there. Now, not all of them are great, sure. But I keep reading them or buying them just because I'm thankful for the gems I do get from those that are so different and we need. And I know Kenneth agrees probably, but like, because DC's been a whole ass mess. So I get that. I'm like, oh, yes, this is what DC is. Yay. Yes. Or I watch Harley Quinn, like, oh, good. This is what I wanted.
Speaking of, that Harley Quinn book was amazing. We've talked about it, but it's so good. Did you read the Batgirl one?
No, and I need to because everybody talks about it. I haven't read any of the Batgirl ones. I haven't read Oracle. I haven't read the Cassandra Cain one. Speaking of other ones, I've been told by our lovely friend Jessica not to read Wonder Woman Tempest Tossed. I heard that wasn't good.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I need to catch up on those.
Yeah, we should read some of those together.
My library always has those, so it's easy for me to check them out.
Definitely.
You guys.
I'm gonna keep doing that now, just to scare people.
Yeah, so Reads and Halls, anticipated picks of 2021.
I'm writing this.
We can make a list. We can even share like our screen or whatever. You know, I can make a fancy looking document.
Yeah, you're good.
And that just means, and the last week will be One Piece. So we just need to fill one weekend. So let's think about it. Because I would love to read more Black Hammer. We'll just see what's available through my library. Would be helpful, or through Comixology or whatever.
Yeah. There may be something.
I gotta save money.
I'm with you. I can't buy anything right now. So
I'm house rich, but I'm poor.
I feel that. I do.
The exception of these 2 books I should not have bought, but I did anyways.
And this is a pre-order I forgot about, and it just came. You know about that. You do that too. It's like, oh
yeah, I have a ton in my Amazon like pre-orders.
Yeah.
And they keep coming out with new Baby Yoda stuff.
I know.
I have to
get like a whole Mandalorian pin pack, and I'm like, oh, I
they have like stationery.
Yeah,
and
like
those little guys. There's new ones.
I know. I got them, and I'm mad at myself.
There's only 2 that I want, so I'll get the 2 that I want.
They're all so good, though.
I know.
They just fit perfectly by books on bookshelves, and I'm like,
they're so cute.
And they're nice quality. There's too much stuff that we want, I think, is the thing. I should have brought this, but my parents gifted me a Baby Yoda backpack.
Was it, what kind is it? Is it Loungefly or is it like not Loungefly?
It was from Box Lunch. So,
it could.
I don't think it was Loungefly though, because it's a big, like, it's a regular.
Oh, okay,
size.
So yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to show you. Because it doesn't have him all over it, which makes it nice. Like there's a little emblem on the front, and there's like a little. It's just really cute. It's so cute.
I want to see it. I
love it.
I love geeky themed anything.
Yeah.
Victor asked, "Have you read any of the new Sandman universe? I love Lucifer by Dan Waters. I need it in deluxe." I would like to. I would like to know from people more. So I might get attacked again for this, but I read Sandman finally. I've never read it until this year, and I didn't love it.
Did you read all of it?
No.
I've read a volume, and I did not love it either.
I read like 3 volumes, I think. I didn't fall in love with it, but I see a lot of those like books of magic, or whatever the line is called for Sandman, or like Sandman universe. And they look really pretty, and I really want to read them. And I want to read Lucifer stuff because I'm intrigued. And I've heard really good things. So actually, Victor, I honestly want to know too, because I don't know. Like if I'd be curious to see if I'd be more likely to enjoy the newer stuff if I didn't like OG Sandman. Because I just thought it was fine. But granted, I have no nostalgia related to this, right? I thought it was okay. So somebody needs to tell me. Oh, and Hayden said Books of Magic is the one Rowling ripped off. So,
well,
I need something new to read or buy or purchase that isn't Potter related. So, just can't do that anymore.
Sad day.
Her Matt got dragged. Yeah, I remember that. I always thought people would drag me for not watching the original Star Wars trilogy. I have now. I've now seen all Star Wars movies as of like 2 days ago.
And you're on Team Return of the Jedi. Yay!
I'm Team Return of the Jedi. I absolutely.
So good.
Victor says, I actually prefer Lucifer by Mike Carey than Sandman. Okay, I trust you, Victor. I'm going to put it down. Ignore my very loud
It's my favorite.
Well, eventually I'll have the boom mic thing that holds us up so it won't be so obnoxious, but I don't now, so you guys have to hear it.
I like it.
I'll check that out then because I'm intrigued in the universe. I didn't care about Sandman.
I'm with you. I think I read volume 3 for a graphic novels class in college. And she had to start on 3 first, I guess.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. So, I don't know. I never went back, but that's because I didn't care.
Yeah, people will fight you in the streets about it, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. And look, I'm not saying it was trash. I just, I didn't love it.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I'm with you.
Hayden, we'll have to talk about another time.
I mean, I know the name now, so it's fine, but I'm that caught up.
Everything's fine, though. I read Sandman twice. It was more than enough for me. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't memorable. Yeah, and that's how I feel. I think it was fine. But the people I was reading it with had read it before. It was more of an attachment, and I didn't have that. So I think that was part of it, too. There are some books that, there's a lot of old books I do really enjoy. I think that hit everybody. But, like The Watchmen, I don't care for. That's not for me. Sandman's not for me. And sometimes it's an age thing. As it was coming out, I'm sure it was great. But now that I've seen this thing before. This isn't great to me. Because I'm like, this is fine. But. All right, well, I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah, let me look at no one's coming. I'm okay.
Yeah, so we will be back Saturday morning. So I'll make sure to post about it so you guys know when.
At
9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I was trying to do math in my head.
On Saturday. So it'll be a morning. Bring your coffee, wake up, post-Christmas. Yeah. And don't spoil Wonder Woman for me because I will see it later that day. And we'll talk about Clover, the Clamp book, the deluxe. which is readily available on Amazon if anyone's interested, or it's a manga, so you can find it online. But you should buy it somewhere else.
Can you get it on IST? Have we looked this up? We're like, oh, we'll do that right now real quick.
Yeah. So I'd rather you get a IST. I just know that
you'll get it in one piece.
You will get it in one piece. And
yes, it is on there right now for $26.24.
Well, there you 25%
off. So check that out on IST. Obviously, you probably won't get it in time, but Clover, it's a nice, super oversized manga. The hardcover is beautiful.
Beautiful. So
that's something you can get. You can also get other great books on InStockTrades.com, who's our great sponsor, and you'll get them and amazing packaging, great prices. Check them out.
And if you can't join us on Saturday, we will be back this time next Sunday talking about our favorite picks of 2020. Wish me luck as I try to remember what my favorite picks were. If you have a better idea than I do, which is possible, let me know. Because it's gonna take me a bit.
We'll create categories and I'll send them to you. I'm like, I think this is your pick for this one, Maddie. Here you go, this one.
Exactly. So during it'll be before near mid Q&A. So it'll be in the morning.
He's on at like 11 or something, right?
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me about that though, because I've been busy every time, but I'll be free during that one. So I just should jump in Q&A. Yeah. I'll just be on all morning before I go see Wonder Woman privately. I booked a private theater. I'm not gonna go see it with other people. That's crazy.
Why would you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe. Have a happy holiday. Yeah. See y'all next week.